I would feel way safer in a gang right now than in a church. And I walked out of that so like hopeless. Yeah. I still remember it. I just walked out and I was like, man, I am broken. My worst fear was I'm broken. And then I walked out of that going, oh, I am. But there's obviously a few kids that have been taking the stuff. Do you know anything about it? I was like, nah, I have no idea. I was high on my mind. It felt illegal to say, man, I just really wanted my dad around. There's so many people in the gangs that I love dearly that are amazing people that get categorized as awful people because they're in a gang. Yeah. I think the same thing happens in church culture where it's the opposite. It's like, oh, you're meant to be a great person, but really you're an awful one.
Hey, and welcome to the pod, James.
Let's go. How good.
Well, I'm so good. I'm pumped to have you here. Obviously, we are good friends, but man, there's so much I know about you that people don't.
Thanks.
And
I'm real.
Yeah, man, I'm so excited. What I know about you now is so far from what I presumed about you when we first met, right? So we met. You were working at a cafe.
Yes.
Nicest guy with a good smile across the table, always saying hello. I was like, man, this guy must have been brought up right, bro.
Like, I want to talk to his parents.
You know, like, bro, like, hey, what did his parents do that made this guy so polite? So, you know, like, bro, honestly, like, that was, I was like, I mean, I know, like, when you grow up, growing up in South Africa, like, bro, manners is key, right? And so, like, naturally as you do, it's like, oh, you reflect your parents. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, this guy's brown. This guy's polite, man. He must have, bro, got
Love
smacked a little bit, you know. When he was, hey, let's be honest.
It's so good.
But yeah, bro, obviously getting to know you, there's a lot more to a story. So I would love to, I mean, if people know you now, like if people have met you in the last year, like, oh, you're a designer.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, you're creative.
Yeah.
You know, just throwing terms out.
Yeah. It's true.
You know, and so, I mean, one, you are flipping awesome at that kind of stuff, but you're so much more than that. So I would love to, yeah, bro, give us a quick origin.
Yeah, great.
You know, a quick origin of like where you're from, where you grew up, you know, up until what got you here in this seat. Yeah. And then we'll jump into the deep stuff.
Yeah,
the
great.
Good stuff.
Love it. This is so exciting. Yeah, it's so funny you say that because, first of all, yes, I don't, as I share about my story, I definitely don't portray. It's like how I grown up. But secondly, is like, there's so many people I have actually met in the last year where I just automatically assume, oh, you know exactly who I am.
Facts.
And then the designer thing is so funny because so many people are like, oh, you're a designer creative. And I'm like, it's very new to me. Yeah. And I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm creative. Yeah, but like it's funny that there's a whole group of people in my life now that see me as that. And it's like, oh yo, like I feel like it doesn't really land because I wouldn't you know, class myself as that. I'll class myself as a creative, but you know, actually being like, oh, James the designer is kind of funny. But yes, origin story. So it's 1998.
Hey, here it is. You're so young, bro. It's actually like...
Depends who you're around.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm uncle over here.
Yeah. Thanks. I literally had people say, oh, you're born in the 1900s? I'm like, whoa. Yeah, whoa. Gee, it's like you're making me sound like I invented the wheel. Yeah, I mean, like born in the 1900s. Were there planes back then? You know, like, I'm like, gee, it was 98.
Bro, when they had smoking on planes. That's what's going on.
That's what it literally feels like. I was like, born in the 1900s.
Man,
anyway, you got to realize that there are 25-year-olds born in 2000, you know?
That's actually crazy.
Anyway, so 1998 I was born.
Yeah, right.
I'll go that far back. But to put it this way, like my dad was in a motorcycle gang. And so the reason why I go to my birthday is because he was stoned out of his mind. And so he decides to go to the hospital, goes into the wrong delivery room, sits down. I don't know how long it takes him to notice, but wrong delivery room. Be awkward if it was complete, like, you know what I mean? Like, wrong delivery room, okay. Whoa. Yeah, crazy. And then, anyway, he's in charge of naming me, Okay, this is just a bit of context on
Yes.
trouble down there. So
Yes.
stoned out of his mind. He gives me, this is my legal name.
Come on now.
Okay, this is a good intro.
Yeah.
My legal name, welcome to Triggered. You're with James Marshall.
Yeah.
Which is actually Jimi Hendrix's birth name. This is where it gets hilarious. My dad's best friend's nickname was CB. Okay, so my dad's like, oh, I'll put my best friend's name in it. So CB stands for Cuzzy Bro.
Hey.
He spelt out Cuzzy Bro.
Like
CUZZY.
ZZ.
Space. BRO.
Bro. Oh, no.
Right? And then I'm like, okay, it doesn't stop there. And he was like, cool, we're going to put your whakapapa in it. So it's James, Marshall, Cuzzy, Bro, Anudu, Harry, Raymond, Akuhata.
How many? Is that 8?
It's 8.
8 names.
Yeah, I didn't know how the legal system let that happen.
That, bro.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Okay, so for the remainder of this pod,
yeah.
Cuzzy,
bro,
nice.
And I mean, when I have kids, I'm gonna be Cuzzy Bro the second. Nah. I'll keep the tradition going.
Man,
but yeah. So anyway, but yeah, I guess we're like my origin story is my mum and dad had me quite late. So my dad was basically 40, my mum was 38. So that, clearly an accident.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, so dad was in a motorcycle gang. He's been in that since he was young. Mum, I don't know, had poor choice of men. Like she's from what I know, like her side of the family was actually very cute. My mum's European descent. And so, so I enter into this world and I grow up in the early 2000s in this dynamic, but not only in that dynamic, I guess growing up is like in the early 2000s, my dad's gang entered in a gang war.
True.
And so, we're kind of, from my perception as a kid, it's quite interesting because as an adult, you start asking questions, right? And then you find out so much information. You're like, oh, yo.
Classic.
But as a kid, it was kind of like, a lot of parties. Used to go to the pad a lot, which is just where they hang out. And it was just a very, I guess, kind of like a busy childhood is probably how to describe it. A lot of family. So like everyone was cousin or uncle to me.
Yeah. So,
have a million uncles, a million cousins, but actually we're not related. But it's all, family, 100%. Still call them uncles and cousins now. But so that part was actually quite cool in some ways.
Yes.
So growing up, it was kind of like we moved around a lot, kind of sometimes in around like pretty chaotic situations, like around a lot of drug use, around a lot of alcohol abuse. But it all seemed pretty normal.
Yeah,
so,
at the time.
At the time.
Nothing to compare it to.
Yeah, got nothing to compare it to, right? Yeah, that's right. But like my dad, when I was about 9, started working in Australia. So I was just left with my mum and my sister.
Yeah.
And then, so there was that dynamic of my dad coming back and forth. And then, I enter in high school in that situation. Parents break up at 10, actually. So just a bunch of dynamics going on within that, which we can dig into, but I'm just trying to run through it. And then get to high school. Obviously, I went to Aranui High School. So A-Town, baby, come on. But you're with a lot of kids that grew up in a similar situation, right?
So still, it's again, very normal.
Very normal. Yeah. And so, but I completely hid the fact that I was gang affiliated. So
But you're supposed to kind of do that.
Well, no, like there's some
really?
Kids that own it.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Gotcha. Like my dad.
My dad's part of this one. Yeah, you know what I mean? And that's so there are people out there wearing the colors at school.
You don't snitch, bro.
Yeah, well, there's part of it, right? But I think my one came from like shame.
Okay.
And because I was like, and I think it came from like, I think my dad, subconsciously kind of ingrained into me, hey, we're in a gang war. It's very hostile.
Yeah.
And so
don't use out.
It was like you're not kind of wanting to associate with my dad's gang in particular. So, whereas like if it was more like Mongrel Mob or something like that, I think kids that I grew up with were a lot more proud of that.
Yeah, gotcha.
So, so it was very normal. And then, I started drinking, selling my mum's stash on whatever she had, weed, you name it. And then, at high school, just
went off the rails.
Yeah, it went off the rails. But it was low key.
Yeah. In an acceptable way.
Well, it's funny because I was just really good. Obviously, I'm quite charismatic. And so I was really good at put it this way. I took alcohol and wheat brownies to school one time, right? And then started.
I could just see this happening.
Yeah. And so this is how cheeky I was. So anyway, I started actually offering wheat brownie people without telling them it was wheat brownie. So I think it was like 14 of us that ended up getting higher and drinking.
At school.
But the dean at the time pulls me into the office and they're like, oh, look, there's obviously a few kids that have been taking the stuff. Do you know anything about it? I was like, nah, I have no idea. I was high on my mind. I was like, I have no idea. Like, I saw some going around, but like, I was not involved, blah, blah. And she was like, thanks, James. We really just appreciate it. Blah, blah.
Bro.
And then my mum gets rung up anyway. And then I had to walk home and it was pretty chill. But like, I was kind of like that.
Yeah.
Like,
could talk your way out of stuff.
Could talk my way out of stuff. But I think when I did alcohol, like my dad had a little flat here. And so while he was in Aussie, I would say I'm staying at a friend's house and then go around to his house. But he had heaps of alcohol there.
Yeah.
And so me and my friends or me and my girlfriend or whatever would go there and I would drink and all of that. But it was funny because I presented the drinking and the drug use as like, this is a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
But really it was actually, I was in pain. And I was like, this actually is making me feel relief.
Yeah.
But I would present it in a way of fun.
Yeah.
And so that's the type
it's like a social nostalgia to it.
Yeah,
like
yeah. Because I didn't want to be I don't know, like I didn't want to be this guy that's shamefully like or like a victim mindset or like weird about it. So I didn't realize it, but at the time I was like, okay, cool, party boy, I'm gonna initiate all these things. So that happened throughout high school. Ended up having a breakout, which is all so serious in high school. I mean, it's like the world's ending, It's that bad. And so I actually ended up dropping out of high school and moving to Melbourne. And then I was 17, turned 18 over there. But the crowd of friends that I made, because I was like, fresh start, no one's going to know who I am, blah, blah, blah. And then the crowd that I ended up with were people like almost 10 years older than me. And they were all in the drug scene.
Yeah, gotcha. So then it
escalated.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting introduced to drugs that I'm like, oh, yo, this is insane. Like, and because I was like, I don't know, I guess like aware of drugs. It didn't intimidate me. I was never scared of it. But started doing all types of drugs, psychedelics. Some of my friends used to import Xanax bars, which is very American culture ways, but it's like a brand name for what's the word? Like we have like non-brand name things like lorazepam, but lorazepam is technically Valium, I'm pretty sure. So that's the brand name. Xanax, I forget the actual drug name. But used to just So this is crazy.
Crazy story. Crazy.
But there's so many elements in there.
Yeah, hard. I can imagine.
But there's just it's funny because I'm trying to like share it from my perception. From when it was happening, which is kind of like, this is a vague kind of like culture thing, and then blah blah blah. But then it wasn't until I did NeuroFit, and you start going back, and you're like,
oh snap,
damn.
Well, let's jump in there. So then you come in, so it was like what, 2 years ago now, 3 years ago,
2023, yes,
that you came in and did a bit of NeuroFit. So what was happening in life then that was like, shucks bro, I need to clear some mess?
Facts. That's such a good point. So bit of my origin story of coming into play here was, okay, I'm now 2023, married at the time, and I didn't realize it, but I was managing. So I gave up drugs and alcohol at 20 and had this experience in becoming a Christian. So I gave up all of that. And then afterwards, I now have no substance or no substances to
cover pain.
And life was great.
Yep.
So I ended up moving to Melbourne for a bit. Then COVID happened, and it was all pretty good. But what ended up happening was I was incredibly anxious, but kind of subconsciously high functioning in a way. And so it gets to 2023, and there was just heaps of triggers starting to happen. Was it 2022? No, it was 2023. It was actually 2023. Heaps of triggers started happening, and I realized I was like kind of avoiding my family in some cases. I was kind of avoiding conflict. I was people pleasing a lot. I was just doing all these different things. Fearing the future. It was just crazy symptomatic. And then I was like, okay, cool. I just work, and then kind of stay low key, keep to myself, socialize when I can. And I realized that someone said to me, could have been you or Aussie actually, like, I'm very social. But it's the analogy of like four quarters is better than 100 pennies. So it's like I would give 1% of me to like 100 people.
True.
And keep them at arm's length, which is probably why no one knows my origin story. So making sex. To protect myself. So it's just like external management. No one gets close enough to hurt me. I keep myself really safe. But obviously you can't avoid that, long term. So in 2023, I actually have a panic attack around January, I'm pretty sure. So early 2023. I actually was in a family situation, and it seemed pretty normal on the outside, but I was kind of like taken back to what my life was like as a child. And as a kid growing up in a hostile environment, like I realized that when I'm around my family, I'm just super like hypersensitive. I'm out here role playing, code switching to like keep myself safe. And there was this one point where I was just like, I cannot do this anymore. I go home and I go up to my room, and I'm not feeling anything emotionally. But I just start having a panic attack, and I was like, what is going on? Like I can't breathe. And then I just like curl up in a ball on the floor and not breathing. And I was like sitting there literally in my brain going like, what is going on?
Wow.
Like it was so intense. And I remember my wife comes up and basically goes, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm not too sure. And then
bro, you guys played off so just curled up in a ball.
Facts.
I'm fine.
And she was like, I think you probably should see a counselor. I was like, yeah, good point. My previous counseling experience was awful. So I kind of was just like, oh, stuff these guys. Literally what it was I was 15, going through like
some stuff,
stress, anxiety, blah, blah. Go to the doctor. Within 15 minutes, I'm basically saying like I'm suicidal. Within 15 minutes, she's like, cool, here's all the pills, without any parental permission, right? And I was like, okay. And she was like, don't take alcohol with it. So I took alcohol with it.
Telling a teenager.
Don't
do something.
Don't do something. I was like, cool. I crushed it up and sipped it immediately.
Oh man.
And then I got reference to this counselor, go into the counselor, and it was like a 30-minute session. And this is crazy. So he goes, tell me a bit about your family. I was like, oh, my mum and dad, they split up, but they were super close still. I've got half siblings, he was like, oh, you're close with them? I was like, yeah, I love them so much, blah, blah. That was basically to the depth we got it. No, not saying that in a gang or anything like that. He was like, oh, your family just sounds so great. And I was just like, I've never felt more like gaslit in a way. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, oh, okay, so I shouldn't be feeling what I'm feeling because you basically didn't even ask me any question. Anyway, so I'm like, okay, I'll go back to a counselor. Go to this counselor, and basically I was like, cool, I'm just going to say everything. I had a panic attack. This is why. This is how I grew up. And he was like, okay, cool. And refers me to a clinical psychologist. And basically it was kind of like, okay, your track, they wanted to diagnose me for stuff. They want me to do a claims thing that would basically be 3 years, 42, 43 sessions a year for 3 years. And that's what I needed. And I walked out of that so like hopeless. I still remember it. I just walked out and I was like, man, I am broken. My worst fear was I'm broken.
Mm.
And then I walked out of that going, oh, I am. And I was like, oh,
Wow. So you
bro.
went in with a fear, hoping that this person will solve.
Yeah.
And that fear won't be true.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then this person says, I'll send you to get diagnosed. Once you get diagnosed, we can then get funding.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we will lock in 43 sessions a year for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
And then you leave thinking, my deepest fear
is real.
Is true.
100%. 100%.
Bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
so
crazy.
It was the most defeated I felt because I felt like I already broke out of the cycle in a way.
Because in other words, I should be winning.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
I don't know, like growing up in South Africa, right? Like very, very, very segregated, very dangerous.
Yeah.
As a colored person, coloreds in South Africa is like, now when you get out, one, it's very hard.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, heck, I was at a workplace with you one time, bro. And when this person was like, oh, I'm from Mitchell's Plain, bro, like something inside of me jumped because I was like, you made it, you know? And so there is this like, you should be stoked that you got out.
Yeah.
And here you are, not stoked, but the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah. I go, bro, I can see it now.
Yeah.
I can see it now. Okay.
And it was, you've nailed it, right? I think maybe there's a little bit of pride there as well to be like, yo, I actually, got out and then it hurt a bit of that. And there's part of me that, it was real fascinating. But I remember coming to you and I was like, blah, blah. And you just laughed. He was like, nah, bro. It was the most like, it was honestly, you saying
I was
that.
like, bro, you're not broken.
Yeah,
like,
facts. But it was literally like, it was the most freeing conversation. Because it was like, your response was like, no. Like, it was like, there's something about when you share something, you're like, okay, like basically I believed, hey, I'm broken, bro. And you're like, no. Like, just give me 8 weeks. I was like, 8 weeks, I'll take it. 8 weeks or 3 years.
8 weeks or 43.
Yeah.
For 3 years, light work, bro. Let's go.
100%. And it was quite interesting because I did get a lot of free sessions that year. Through the counselor, and then I started the NeuroFit program. It was so fun because I was like,
you're analyzing both at the same time.
Yeah,
true.
And then old mate, as I was coming on, I was like, oh, I'm doing this course. He's like, tell me about it. And then as I'm telling about it, he was like, yeah, that's really good. Yeah, that's actually very good. But he wasn't giving me any of that. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, okay, so it's good, but you just wanted to be like,
yeah.
I would say something. He'd be like, let's just pause for a minute. I just want to give you some space. I'm like, gee,
that's like bro, okay, so we can just stop here real quick. So like, one, this is my big, I'm like, okay, bro, ups for the man for like holding space.
Yeah.
There's it's a technique, right?
Yep.
It's a psychological thing. Like, it's like, okay, like we are to hold space for somebody. But an inauthentic way of holding space for a young person today, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man, you get chewed up.
Yeah.
A young person will be like, what the hell are you doing, bro?
Yeah, facts.
Because like,
you can tell it's a technique.
Bro, 100%. It's not authentic. It's like, cool, I'm gonna take this tool out the toolbox today.
Yeah.
We're just gonna make some space.
Yeah.
And you're like, bro, like,
my brain's sitting there calculating, like, you're getting paid. That cost me $7. that few minutes cost me $7,
Bro, oh man,
yeah, but it is like
that.
I get you.
Yeah, I get that. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm all about it. Like, I feel like in terms of the holding space moment, if you're intuitive and you know that someone's,
bro,
like, but I'm sitting there like, okay, cool, right? Trying to get out of this.
Sometimes, I mean, for me, I reckon there's this one client, right, that I've never been good at holding space because I've always working on myself. I now know why, but previously I've always like, if there's silence, something's wrong. And then when something's wrong, my old self goes, something's wrong with you, Rico. Fix the situation.
Wow.
So I'd always be forced to like, I'd avoid awkward moments.
Yeah.
I'd have all this kind of stuff, right? So I used to really struggle, like just sitting there.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, it's on me to change this. It's on me to do this. Well, it's not. But this one client, bro, like she had a horrendous upbringing. And so we're digging in, some stuff's coming up. And then there's this moment where like the memory of sexual abuse comes up. right? And I on paper, I'm like, cool, let's just talk through this. But then deep down here, I'm like, I don't think she's strong enough to talk it through. I'm half her age, so I'm like, I get that. So I was like, look, I think what you're gonna do now is you're gonna write that out.
Right.
With me. Like, you're gonna sit here and write it out. And she's like, I can't do that. I was like, I understand. But we're at this moment now where you have a choice to make. Right. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna make the choice, I'm gonna do it. And she sat there and she's crying and she's heaving, she's you know, but I sat there for 15 minutes in silence, right? And I wanted to interject so bad. So bad. But afterwards she said, thank you so much for holding space for me.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
But in the moment, I'm thinking, I was like, you know, like I'm fighting myself and not to. Are you okay? You okay?
Yeah.
You know, but it's just it's an interesting one. But I realize now, I'm like, oh man, it's actually so valuable to somebody.
Yeah.
At the right time.
At the right time, for sure. That makes so much more sense.
Yeah, when you're like, I gotta process something big here.
For sure.
Anyway, sorry. Side tangent, bro.
It's good.
Side tangent.
It's actually worth talking about.
But okay. So that whole experience happens.
Yeah.
You leave. You're hopeless.
Yeah.
You come to me.
Yeah.
You start doing NeuroFit while doing this at the same time.
Yeah.
There's two questions. Actually, now let's just go into what was the biggest thing for you through, I mean, you've done NeuroFit a couple of times now, right? So like back then, what was the biggest thing for you to realize about yourself? Let's go there.
Yeah. So this is the profound part, which I feel like I had like the most sobering experience ever when I can't remember what session it was, but I think so growing up in gang culture, you're obviously, discipled a certain way, which is I've called it self-censoring.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you got to portray a part in a way, like even if it's subconscious. Obviously I wasn't in the game, but I'm a gang kid, and you sit there and go, okay, I'm representing my dad. I'm a gang kid. There's certain expectations, blah blah blah. But also hiding a lot of it. And then so the biggest thing that for me was actually writing down things. I remember like trying to write down something and I'm self-censoring as I'm writing. Like,
wow,
sitting there going, what is going on? Like,
crazy.
This is
so
whole
you kind of
experience.
it's like struggling to even be honest with yourself.
Yeah. Be honest with myself. Write anything about my parents, because I love them to death.
I get that. That's a cultural thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, love them to death.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I felt guilt if I
were to say something.
Yeah, were to say something. And then even things in marriage, I was like, felt illegal to write things. I actually felt illegal. Like,
wow.
It felt like, once if someone sees this, who am I to say that? It was just so interesting. And I think for me, like, I obviously quite quickly with NeuroFit, you come to a belief. What is a belief that you have about yourself? And for my whole life, I've just been thinking about symptom issues.
Yep.
This is my thought life. This is my emotional life.
Yep.
This is my behavioral life.
Yeah, that's it.
I need to solve that. So I'm like, okay, cool, gym, maybe it's my diet, maybe it's this, maybe it's toxic people. You start going external management.
Yeah, classic.
I need to fix this. Which being a parentified kid, which is what the clinical psychologist called me, but basically it's like parentified kid is someone that was brought up as a kid in childhood with an oversense of responsibility.
Yeah.
And so for me, is like, I became super responsible, super young. And now everything's my fault because I'm in control. So,
wow.
Yeah, like I'm constantly analyzing. I'm the one in control because I'm responsible for everything. So I take an oversense of responsibility. I was doing that in every single relationship. If someone wasn't okay, it was because I was a bad friend. My wife wasn't great. It's because I was a bad husband.
Yeah.
My parents weren't okay. It's because I haven't been a good son.
Me. Man.
But these were the things that I was discovering.
Yeah.
I was like,
this whole so up until now, how old are you? What, 24? 25?
Yeah, it would have been 24. There?
Yeah. So 24 years, there's this weight of responsibility that you don't know you have.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's
literally don't know. Completely unaware.
Yeah, it's unaware, but you're switched on. Like, oh, I've got to make sure that you're okay. You're okay. You're okay. If you're not okay, it's my fault. If you're not, so it's like this as a kid, it's like crazy, right? And then you discover it, which you probably never realized. Like before that, you're like, I just see the symptom.
Yeah, but even subconsciously, I didn't realize I was doing that in a room.
Yeah. Wow.
Like it was that ingrained, and it comes off well. People love being around someone that wants to make them. Yeah, totally.
Man, James is so cool.
Yeah. Bro, it makes me feel loved, heard, and seen. I'm like,
hey.
Yeah, because if you didn't,
yeah, crap, what's wrong with me?
I'm up till midnight. You know what I mean? Like,
oh man.
Yeah, like it was even things like hearing about someone ending their life that I was just associated to.
Yeah,
would plague me.
Wow.
Like, oh man, I wish I
should have done more.
Should have done more.
I should have done more.
It's just like constant things like that I didn't realize it. None of this is only post Neurofit that I even have any of this language or even this thought. It was just this crazy feeling, and I didn't realize I was people pleasing. But it's behaviors that I had to learn. Like what I discovered when I got to the I am statement.
Yep.
Which is the most sobering thought ever, is because you're asking yourself why. I'm dealing with these symptoms. So during Neurofit, I'm running down a call. Yeah, I do fear failing. You know, I am a perfectionist, and you know, all these other things. You go why, and you get to a point where you write an I am statement, which was I literally wrote I'm not good enough, and I just was like, wow, like I didn't realize I believed that. And so this whole time I felt like I am not good enough. And so I'm constantly have been living my life to prove that I am.
Yeah, to prove that you are.
Yeah. And
Everyone?
Everyone.
Oh man.
That was the thing. It was like, well, not even one person. It was like, I think, you know, even just some of the rhetoric about being an accident growing up as a kid, you know, is I have to prove that
I was worth it.
Yeah, I was worth it. And it was like, you know, later found out, you know, and gang culture's like people cheat and sleep around with each other and things like that. And yeah, just knowing that growing up, that like the age gap between my brother's 45 this year and I'm 27. So like,
wow, it's a massive
age gap. Wow. So there's this constant thing of like, okay, cool, I'm trying to prove myself. And then like parents separating, I took that responsibility. There was this whole thing that as I was going back, it was like, oh, my dad went to Aussie to earn money because, okay, money's more important to him than me.
Wow. Okay, hold on, bro. He's out here throwing some really important things.
yeah.
Like it's nothing. Okay, so one, when did you realize that you felt that you're like, oh wow, like I remember this memory?
Yeah, it was the Neurofit program. Honestly, like it was the actually going in.
Because that's a pretty significant memory, bro. Like,
oh yeah, it gets way worse. But yeah,
but my dad loves money more than me.
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah.
How does that impact you today? Though, like, isn't like at the time, like, how did that?
Impact you? Impacted me in the sense of like, it kind of was like depending on how much my dad earned and how it impacted me, even sometimes, not recently, but it was kind of like my dad's financial position determined how much I got of him.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
So if he wasn't doing well financially, you wouldn't see him.
Yeah, or he just pulls away a bit, or he doesn't. And I feel like this is the thing is like when you get perspective and you have these conversations, it's like he felt like he was doing the best thing possible by getting money
to go get money.
Go get money, and I actually respect that. Yeah. And he feels like he only has something to offer when he has money. So like being aware of his story, is real interesting too. Yeah. But at the time as a kid, it was like,
it doesn't change your story.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. No. And that's the tension, right? That I've had to learn is be like, okay, cool. I don't want to gaslight myself. Because my first thing was like, I'm very perceptive and very empathetic. The only reason why they're treating me like this is because of their own story. And then I'll gaslight myself to be like, okay, that means I don't have permission.
Really
no, it doesn't.
I don't need to, I shouldn't feel this way.
Yeah, that's right.
Because
Yeah,
right. Yeah, bro. We justify other people's behavior so much. But
For sure.
what I've come to see now is that like actually his issue that he's supposed to deal with has now become my issue.
Yeah. Yeah, that's such a good way to phrase it. Yeah.
You know, like
Come by responsibility.
it's my responsibility now.
Yeah.
And oh man. Yeah, it's tough. That's hard.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, bro.
But yeah, no. It's good. But yeah, I started going back into these memories and going like, and being honest, like even just saying like, it felt illegal to say, man, I just really wanted my dad around. Like,
did you feel guilty for thinking that? Or feeling that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like genuinely was just like, oh, I couldn't want that. He had things to do.
There's more important
way more important things. Yeah.
Wow.
And like my parents separated on my 10th birthday, and he was visiting back from Australia, and then I slept on the couch because there was this weird dynamic when my parents separated. Well, when my dad was traveling back and forth, it was like he was trying to earn a bit of money, but my mum was working a bit. And so I remember when I was 10, we were in this house. My mum ran a business and then went bankrupt. And so we went from my whole childhood was an economical roller coaster.
Yeah.
So we went from like this really nice house into like I was sharing a bed with my mum as a 10-year-old. And I remember, I slept on the couch because my dad was home and they had this argument and they separated on that day. And going back and being like, oh, I was like, maybe it was because it was my birthday or something. And I was like, oh.
Wait, they separated on your birthday?
Yeah. That night. Yeah, they had this big argument.
Bro.
I seemed like, I know.
Okay, I need to get a picture of the scene, bro. So
this is the same.
Dad's away. Dad's away. You financially, you guys are not doing well, so you're sleeping in mum's bed. 10-year-old. Dad comes back. Cool, I'm gonna go sleep on the couch. Argument breaks out. It's my birthday, so I sleep on the couch on my birthday. Then they split on my birthday.
Yep.
Bro, this is wild.
Yeah. That was the moment.
Is wild.
And it was over
as a 10-year-old.
Yeah, I know.
That is wild.
I know.
Bro. Oh,
it was crazy because it's funny. It's like one of those memories I didn't explore. I didn't explore literally 99% of my memories.
Yeah, well, it's called survival. Bro.
Yeah, thanks. It's just like you gotta.
No need to explore that. It needs to keep
100%,
going.
100%. But I remember going and revisiting that memory, and I remember the conversation that they were having.
Wow.
And so I'm going back to that, and then I'm just like, oh man, I took responsibility for that.
So you blamed yourself?
Yeah. And I was like, frick. I lost control. Yeah, I lost control. Because I was like, I created a role where it was kind of like the clown or invisible. So those are the two roles. Either be invisible or I'm funny. And so I became funny, and a lot of people comment on my humor now, but it's like, I learned to be funny and witty my mum was depressed and she became a substance user. And so I would actually time conversations with her based on, we used to call it antidepressants, happy pills. And so I used to sit there and monitor my behavior, what I felt. So that's why I was like, okay, cool. I can be funny or I had to be invisible. And I would be funny to ward off her depression. And I'll be funny to ward off my dad's anger.
So in other words, I'm the cure for everyone.
Yeah, 100%. And it was like I just had to role play.
Make my mom happy.
Yeah, and if
I can calm my dad down.
Yeah, and if I couldn't do that, then I'm invisible. I was like, cool, I'll go play PlayStation.
Oh.
Yeah. And it was like,
oh, bro,
I was literally walking on eggshells to stay safe because when you're a kid and I don't have anything.
Yeah.
To keep myself safe, I'm not strong enough. I can't move out. Bro. So I just either was addicted to PlayStation, or when I was in her, super funny.
I can picture you on PlayStation 2, bro.
Yeah,
that's how you're trash talking everyone.
Facts. Yeah.
If I can't be funny, I'm gonna be funny over you.
Yeah. Well, it's actually funny because I wasn't really social on PlayStation. It was kind of like single player games. It was zone out.
Yeah.
Okay. Probably like disassociate. Yeah. It was just like, this is safe, predictable. Like,
dude, that like honestly, that those I'm funny or I'm invisible. Having the role, it's those things, bro, that this is where I'm like, your story is unbelievable, because it's those moments that I sit down with a 40-year-old that's had it's not where they want to be, right? Because they've taken the role on, my job is to keep this person happy. You know, like I remember one time, bro, it would have been years ago now. I sat down with this person and she's like, you know, had a real abusive relationship. But growing up, she was always the good kid, right? And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Was there every time you felt like you disappointed somebody? And she was like, yeah, I disappointed my dad. I knew he wasn't happy when I was in a relationship with this guy who was the abuser. And so we were kind of talking about it, and then she goes, why that was so important to me, because I remember would have been early, like maybe like 8, 9, or maybe 6, but her sister was the bad kid. She was the good kid. And her sister ran away, parents are out looking for her, and dad comes back home, tucks her into bed and says, please don't ever make me feel the way that your sisters made me feel.
Oh, wow.
And in that moment, she's like, it's my job. My job to keep you, this and that. And I was just like, the onus to take, like, the responsibility a child now takes on for an adult's well-being, one, should never have to.
Yeah.
But we fast forward now, and her life has got a lot more baggage based on, you know, and so that's how it like blows my mind, because I'm like, you had that responsibility that you took on. So your parents are unstable. Cool, I can keep mum this way, I can keep dad this way. If I can't, cool, I'm just gonna disappear and then I'll come back and do it again. But here you are, right? I want to fast forward a little bit, because there's been a lot happen.
Yeah, for sure.
in the last couple of years,
Yeah.
right? So recently, or last 2 years, year and a half, 2 years, your marriage breaks. Okay, can we go there?
Yeah,
a little bit? I don't want to.
Yeah.
We're not throwing people things under the bus.
No.
It's more just like things happening. Like, we're looking at the responsibility that you've often held. Like, and so it's very easy in that moment. Like, oh, it's my fault.
Yep.
Like, I did this. What has the journey been since breakup to now? Because it can go very easily one way. From my point of view, you haven't gone that way. And when I say that way, it can very easy to be like resentment, stuff everyone. I'm in a strip club every night.
Yeah.
You know, like, bro, like, for like,
for real.
that's why, like, that's what happens. Like, I'm heartbreak. A heartbreak comes in. I hate women.
Yep.
Oh, I hate that person.
Yep.
They made me feel this. I get it justified by a lot of people. A lot of people can be like, yeah, bro, fair enough.
100%.
Go do whatever you want. You deserve it. Right? You could have gone down that route.
Yeah, for sure.
You could have gone down the drug route.
Yeah.
You could, bro, there's so many routes.
Yeah.
But one, can I, you know, like, or like, it's right there.
Yeah.
And yet you didn't. All right. So talk to me about that, bro. Like,
yeah, that's good. It ties in well, because my wife and I separated only like maybe 4 or 5 months after I finished the first lot of Eurofit. So Eurofit geared me up for the next lot of things. This is the crazy part. So I first initiated going to Eurofit because of panic attack, right? Then a year later, my wife leaves me. Family dynamics are the same, way worse. But I wasn't having a panic attack. So it was actually quite surreal, because I was like, oh, why do I feel...
So the life is worse.
Yes, life is far worse.
Yeah, a year later.
Yeah, but my internally was far greater. Still, like, don't get me wrong, things hurt, but I was like, wow, I'm actually feel equipped, resilient. And part of that reason is, it was crazy to think this. Like, as I was even just going back, I was like, I feel like my dad chose money over me. I felt like my mum, you know, sometimes chose drugs over me, and then other relationships as like, been cheated on before and things like that. And they chose other people over me. Same with friends. They always chose something over me. And then that was always my worst fear and the belief that I had is I'm not good enough. Once someone gets to know me, they leave me. And then so it was funny. I'm discovering all of this.
Yeah.
And then
your wife leaves you.
And then my wife leaves me. And she leaves me for nothing. I think that was also the other thing. Kind of wish you this part of me is like
someone better.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like facts. Like he's 6'5", he's a finance bro. You know what I mean? Like
bro, he runs a syndicate.
Yeah. Like he's got Millie's summit.
Yeah.
But the conversation was, kind of like, look, the conversation was, and we're great friends now, which is cool. But it was like we're going in two different directions. I think a lot of things that I was confronting and dealing with was quite a lot.
Yeah.
And I guess I was changing the role and who I was in between that. I feel like a lot of like what I was doing in Eurofit is I was for sure my worst fear was separating, going back to being a 10-year-old and seeing my parents separate. My thing was like, I'm never going to do this.
Yeah, wow.
Right? And then that happens. And then it was also like I was people pleasing her and becoming someone that she actually didn't need and someone that she wasn't healthy. Like I was not playing the role of a husband. I was playing a role of I try to do anything I can to try and keep you happy. Or
well, you learned that
I learned that. And I was like, okay, if I can't keep you happy, I'll be invisible. Yeah. So it's like, I can't keep you happy. I'm not keeping you happy. I'll become invisible. So I stopped sleeping in the same bed. And I was just trying to keep busy because I'm like, my presence isn't helping your situation. So I was just trying to not be seen.
Wow.
And that's not what she needed.
Wow.
So that's the thing of like, I played a role that wasn't actually a healthy husband.
How did you come to see that, bro? Because one, it takes years for men to admit that part.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's very easy to be like, oh yeah, because
yeah.
You out here looking at yourself.
Yeah.
In recent times.
Yeah.
Like it's like
sure.
It wasn't long after you getting this realization. Like how did you one choose to see it and then admit it? Like how did that come about?
Yeah. Well, that's such a good point. I think one of the things I tried to, my first response, after we separated, don't get me wrong, I was hurt. My worst fears are coming true. I was confused. I'm the type of person that doesn't give up. Yeah. Loyalty is a massive factor. All of these things. So a lot of my strong values are like shattering. And it was, I think I think I made a decision. These decisions that I made, like when I wanted to change my life around, first of all, and I became a Christian. I remember the first thing I prayed as a 20-year-old was, I want to become the person that I needed as a kid. And then I think them working on myself and doing Eurofit, I kind of found out who that person is.
Wow.
Which is actually the person that's me.
Wow.
And
I want to become the person I needed as a kid.
Yeah.
Bro, that's, I don't know, it touches my heart. That's different.
Yeah, and there's so many moments now where I feel like I live out that prayer, and I live out. There's so many confirmations during the year. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I have done that to someone. I've been that person. And yeah, like some of my, like when Alex and I separated, you're at a crossroad. Like, I can either become a victim to this, push down that narrative. But I remember ringing up this guy. Obviously, I think I talked to you and Ozzy pretty much straight away, and you guys are obviously only going to cheer me on in the right direction. You know what I mean? Like, it was good. Real chats is obviously super great. We have that relationship was vulnerable, and actually being like, I don't know. It was probably the first time ever. It was funny because we're building our relationship became stronger over that year as well. Like we're going to the gym, almost every
Yeah,
day
bro,
and
we
getting
were-
coffee
yeah,
every day.
we
So
were-
there were so many pieces aligning.
Monday through Friday, bro.
Literally.
we were having chats.
Facts. And it was like, it was crazy to see all the pieces aligning. Like our friendship is growing, doing the NeuroFit course. Then as that's happening, marriage is falling apart. And so I feel like I just had a great group of people around me, which is you, Ozzy and Kerwin. And it was just such a like, okay, cool. I actually feel safe, which I think is a high value that I've never felt. And I was like, cool, world's falling apart. This is what's happening. And it was embraced with great advice, great friendship. And also like, I think it was a safety thing to be able to process. And then
not be judged.
You know, and also be like, I don't know. Like, I actually don't know how to do this. And I was working at the time. So I was flying to the Gold Coast every 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. It was hectic.
It was horrible.
Such a hectic time. And it was like, I think I was just like, okay, cool. I want to be the person. What's the vision of who I am? Like in your created self-belief list, right? And it's like, if I'm going to be someone that values peace, I want to be a peaceful person. I want to make someone feel like they're the only person in the room. I want to be a light no matter the situation. I want to, question I ask myself often is, have I learned to love well? And so during Eurofit in 2023, before the separation, I'm forgiving people that have really hurt me.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, like, I've been sexually assaulted. I've, had people say the worst things to me, even things with my parents. I'm running out forgiveness letters. Right. So it's equipping me with the tools.
Yeah.
What should be my first response?
Yeah.
When dealing with someone that's hurt you. And I just learnt the tools of actually to forgive them. And my faith plays a big part of that as well, as being 100%. Like, actually the measure of your faith is how well you love someone. And so that includes...
Hold on, say that again, bro. Okay, so the measure of your faith is how well you can love someone.
Yeah. That's how I say it. Yeah.
You know what's crazy is bro, like we got hop onto religion has been very abused in this nation, right? Cults and all that kind of stuff, right? Got a lot of probably in the last 2-3 years, a lot of clients that have come out of families that have been in that, and they reference Christianity with judgmental, racist, like, and so hearing you think faith and love go together, whereas often what I'm hearing when people get their pain out is faith or Christian, or how they put it is Christianity and hate. Unforgiveness, judgmental, church's opinion over me as a child. Like all this kind of stuff, right? So it's like, it's fear, like, and the child is hurt like that tomorrow. And I understand that.
For sure.
And so it's very sobering to hear you say, the measure of my faith is how well I can love someone. Different.
Well, it's real interesting, Yeah, well, it's true. Like, if you've had a bad experience with, particularly around Christianity, it's like, scripture says, like, it all means nothing if you don't love. Like, it's literally, that's the premise. There's actually scripture that
all means nothing.
It literally means nothing.
All means nothing.
And so this is the sad thing. I think this is what I learned in gang culture as well, is it's quite easily to just characterize a whole thing. And define something. Like, it's kind of like the opposite. There's so many people in the gangs that I love dearly that are amazing people that get categorized as awful people because they're in a gang. I think the same thing happens in church culture but it's the opposite. It's like, oh, you're meant to be a great person, but really you're an awful one. But it's actually you got to judge someone and judge a whole concept based on the individual, right? Like, I've met plenty of, like, I've had these moments where I'm like, I would feel way safer in a gang right now than in a church. Like,
that's crazy.
Which is, it's just facts. I've had moments like that where I trust the people there, then I trust it. And I get that. I get that. And I think you're right. We are very quick to judge
these days without getting context of a person's life.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
The moment you get context is the moment
Mm.
judgment disappears. But naturally we judge based on the context we have
Of course. Yeah.
not an individual's life.
Yeah.
But of community.
Yeah.
Group.
Yeah.
Or ...
Yeah. Ideology. Yeah. You name it.
And
Yeah.
you're like, oh yeah, you're that person. Imagine we all got judged for our worst mistakes, bro.
Yeah, facts. Well, we're in the culture that does do that, right?
Oh, man, that's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, so I had a decision to make. Do I live out what I believe? Or do I become a victim
to what you feel?
Into what I feel, yeah. And so
okay. This is dime dropping statements, bro. Do I live out what I believe? Or do I become a victim to what I feel?
Yeah.
Bro.
And
what a choice.
It's a choice that we have daily, I feel like. Honestly.
100%.
It is a choice.
100%. Bro, I'm like, the hardest choice I have is to be me.
Yeah.
I literally changed my screenshot on my phone yesterday because I was walking in town. Great day. Walking here. And this whole, at the moment, my whole, I don't know, thing I'm working on and battling with is can I fully be me?
Yep.
Right. I've been through this thing of like, come to realize that I'm seeking everyone's validation and approval. And, I was like, oh man. And then I was like, screw that. I don't want to do that. And so then I became kind of defiant. And I'm in this space now. I was like, I just want to try. Just like, why don't I need to talk to you? Like it was almost like I became defiant, but that's not who I am.
Yeah.
But I left this. And so now I'm like, I'm not trying, not talking, sitting in silence, like, why do I need your approval today? And now I'm in this place of like, that's not me. How do I be me to them versus be somebody to receive from them?
Yeah.
And so I'm like trying to figure it out right now because I'm like, it's actually really hard. Like I'm like walking, I'm like, I thinking of the small things, right? Am I a person that would smile to a person as they walk past me?
Yeah.
Or do I look to the ground?
Yeah.
Like little things. And so I was like, today walking here in the morning, I'm like, people can walk past me. I'm gonna try and make eye contact with them.
Yeah, it's great.
Hey, no one made eye contact with me.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, product of Christchurch.
Classic.
Classic. But yeah, my whole thing on my screensaver is like, oh cool, like be me at all costs.
Yeah, at all costs. Yeah, it comes at a cost.
It does come at a cost,
for sure.
Bro.
For sure.
Judgment.
Yeah.
Embarrassment.
Yeah.
Rejection.
Yeah.
But
yeah, being misunderstood.
Yeah, bro, that's a big one.
That's a big one. Totally, what I dealt with too is being misunderstood. Now, I think there was the thing that Yeah, it's funny because I rang up this dude that I haven't really spoken before. I just messaged him on Instagram. He has a story around separating from his wife as well, and he was in the Christian spaces. So we have a FaceTime, and he gave me the most solid advice.
Oh yeah,
which was great. And one of the things he said is don't create a narrative. And so I was like, okay, because obviously you don't announce that you're getting divorced, right?
Yeah.
And so
public announcement, guys.
Yeah. I'm just gonna do a post on Instagram.
We're having a get together at my house tonight.
We're gonna both read the letter.
Bring those brownies, man.
Yeah. Come on now.
Oh, bro.
But yeah, so what started happening is like I'm traveling a lot. I'm quite seen a lot, and so there was tons of narratives going around. I must have cheated or this or that, blah, blah, blah. And it's so tempting to just be like, hey, being misunderstood is painful. I'm going to clear the air. But I didn't. And so I was like, okay, cool. I want to speak life over her. She's still someone that despite, us separating, she's still someone that I love. And she's still someone that I chose to marry, and still someone that I spent, 5 years with. And so that's someone I should speak life over.
Yeah.
And that's also the person I want to be. Like, how can I say if one of my things is to encourage people? I want to be known for as an encourager and someone that loves well and then not do it.
Yeah.
Because the thing that comes across is who you are also means that you can't pick and choose when you get to be that person. You're either that person or you ain't. Or else you're living a double life.
Hey.
Right? And so who you are matters when you don't want to do it, and who you are matters to the person you don't want to do it to. And so here I am going, okay, cool, I've got an option. And so, yeah, I forgave her.
Wow.
That was the number one thing I had to pursue, is forgive her. And it was super hard because when you forgive someone and the forgiveness leaders at Unxpected does is you don't give it to them.
Yeah, so you can really get it out.
So you really give it out, but also you kind of want to give it to them. You know what I mean? That's also the temptation. You also be like, yo, I just want to make sure you know what I'm forgiving you for.
Yeah.
But the first thing I had to do was forgive myself.
Yeah, wow.
Because I took on the responsibility.
Yeah.
Which wasn't fair. It wasn't kind to myself. And then I forgave her. And I did this all within the first few months of separating, right? Chose not to create a narrative. And just chose to not let her know my pain.
Yeah, wow.
Because that's not her responsibility either. And so I was like, okay, cool, I'm just going to do this. The boys can hear my pain and they got my back. I'm safe. She doesn't need to hear it.
Yeah.
And so did all of that. And sometimes it was harder than others. But I was like, I'm just ruthlessly going to pursue a healthy heart.
Great.
Ruthlessly pursue forgiveness and to love well. And it always felt like, man, there's so long to go. But then if you just take it day by day, month by month, conversation by conversation, it was actually super freeing.
Bro.
And I was like, this is awesome. And it's because the first thing is funny because as I was doing Eurofit, I self-censor a lot. I don't give myself permission to grieve. And I remember having this like point of being like, I have so much unattended to grief in my life because how I grew up, you're comparing pain
to pain,
right? And so my siblings had it far worse than I, and my parents had it far worse, right? Other people had it far worse. And so I was sitting there going like, oh, I can't grieve or complain because it's not as bad. And I should be grateful.
Yeah, I'm over exaggerating.
Yeah. And so I've only ever given myself twice to grieve. One was when my sister passed away, and one was when I separated from my wife. They were the only 2 times I gave myself permission to grieve.
Wow.
And it's funny because it's like my brain goes, you have permission to grieve. And then finally I feel and I can grieve. And then I don't give myself too long either. And it's like, okay, cool, go back into it. But the crazy thing was, I remember, I can't remember if it was in prayer or something like that. I think felt like I was asked a question of like, God asked me, what do you think I care about the most? Like, what type of grief do you think I care about the most as I'm experiencing this? And I was like, oh, people going through this, like, people's families are dying, or people losing their kid, or people going through cancer and things like that. And I just felt this shift and this piece to say like, no, the grief I care about the most is the one you're going through. And it was probably the first time I've ever felt this sense of validation to be like, you have permission to grieve.
Wow.
And then actually using the Neurofit tools to attend to. When I first did Neurofit, it was like 3 massive big things that I'm going to deal with.
Yeah.
And then as I was going through separation, did another one and it was focused on that. And then now I did the third one and it was actually going back to the smallest moments and being like, grieving it. And just like, you use the language of mental real estate, right? I feel like I'm the type of person that's like, okay, cool. I've got some 16-story buildings. There's like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
Cool. We're going to hit the demo. Listen, but I actually had suburbs of single-story houses of unattended to grief, pain.
Yeah, bro, all crack houses.
Yeah. All crack houses.
All crack houses.
All in the houses I grew up in. But yeah, it was the sense of I actually need to go and visit those ones. And there's been so many times where I'm like, oh, wow. I didn't give myself permission to grieve this, that. And so, yeah, I think, and the forgiveness letter is ultimately when you do forgiveness and when you attend to grief is like, you're saying that this person or this experience has no authority or permission to dictate who I am today. I forget who said it, but like, why does a past tense situation have a present tense effect on who I am right now? Like, nah, I don't want to live a life where
like
with an excuse to be like, I'm limping.
Yeah,
because of a word said to me 15 years ago. Nah, mate, I'm out here to run and nothing's going to get in the way. And don't get me wrong, you might have to jump a hurdle or two in that process to grieve, to forgive, to reconcile in some areas. But
I'm not going to get stuck.
I'm not going to get stuck. And I think I just came to the point I was tired of living a certain way.
Yeah, good.
And so when separation happened, I was like, my worst fears are happening, but I have a decision to make. I can either be like, cool, jump into that pain and really live it out.
That's it.
Or I can be like, nah, I want to be the person I've always wanted to be.
Come on now.
And I always go, using that thing of if that person I need as a kid, if that's me entering in the room of me as a kid, is that the person I'm going to look up to? Like, this person that's like, back on the alcohol, back on the drugs, back acting out this victim mindset. Or is it someone that's actually been like, despite the pain, there's hope. Let's go.
Oh, bro. Well, James, your story is unbelievable. I think the more unbelievable part is the shifts that you've made in your journey has been incredible. And just think of it's only been 3 years, bro.
Since doing Eurofit?
No, 2 years.
Since separating?
You came in to do Eurofit the
first 2023. Yeah, it was April. I think it was April 2023. Yeah, I know. It's only 2 years.
Bro.
Yeah.
The amount of growth.
Oh, facts.
Healing and freedom that you've discovered in 2.5 years. Is actually like,
it's actually insane.
That's outrageous. Part of me is a bit jealous. I'm like, Rico, what the hell are you doing, bro? Like, get to work. But seriously, I know.
It's actually
outrageous.
It's actually insane.
Like, that's
such
a
good point.
Bro.
Yeah, facts. That's a miracle. There's the only way to describe it.
I commend you. I commend you for literally like not playing the victim. It's so easy to, and as we can justify it and get backing for it.
Yep.
For mastering the courage to forgive. That's different. And then not just staying there and be like, cool, I'm good now, but like, now I want to pursue. I'm pursuing to be the greatest version of me now.
For sure.
And bro, we're gonna get you on more, obviously.
Yeah, facts.
But bro, this has been, I'm sure people will be hearing like, there's so many nuggets.
There's a lot. Well, this is the thing is like
today, and
it's been great.
It's been great, but I'm pumped. Thank you so much, bro. If you enjoyed that, you better have subscribed by now, because if you haven't, what the heck you doing? That's the real question. Come on now. But thanks so much, bro.
No, bro.
Triggered. Let's go. We'll see you at the next one.